following presentation is for educational purposes only. All of the symbols, trading ideas, and live trading are for demonstrational purposes and are not recommendations or trading advice. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. All of the information and opinions expressed by third-party guests are their own and are not necessarily those of Ninja Trader LLC. Trading futures involve substantial risk and may not be suitable for everyone, and trading futures can result in losses greater than the initial required margin. Traders should only trade futures with risk capital. Risk capital is money that you can afford to lose without jeopardizing your financial security or current lifestyle. You can find additional disclosure information on the Ninja Trader website.
Welcome back to Ninja Trader Live. I'll be your co-host, Tom Schneider, CMT with Ninja Trader for this portion of the live stream, Traders Workshop, where we like to bring in our Ninja Trader ecosystem partners. And this week we will have back from EG Indicators co-founder, co-owner, Dr. Efrat Levy, and we will be introducing Jaime Sandoval a little bit later. But welcome back, Dr. Levy.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Awesome.
Today, I'm going to talk about my favorite topic, Confluence Trading.
Yeah, I look forward to this. I mean, we talk about it in different ways in our live stream of how things line up to help you with probabilities. So I'm really interested to hear what your take is on how you look at Confluence Trading.
Yeah, so this is the topic for today. Just recap for the agenda, the weekly agenda. So we are here. I'll explain what Confluence Trading is, and I'll present ideas and software tools that support this very important principle. So last week, we started by claiming that it's impossible to predict the price movements, but it's possible to utilize statistical tools like AI models to understand significant price points. These are price levels expected for the market to react. Because as day traders, we should wait for the market to reach areas whose market behavior is more expected and less random. Technically speaking, areas that trading signals can be extracted more easily when observing things like price action and volume. Example is a short on resistance, long on support, support breaks, becomes resistance, the market retests, and short on resistance. The EG trigger point is a leading indicator that presents support and resistance levels for day traders. It's based on AI technology designed to utilize historical and correlated market data, identify anomalies, and calculate levels with maximum likelihood for the market to react. And we show many examples of trades taken on our YouTube channel and in our Discord server when these levels were the position entries. So short and long. And as a leading indicator, these levels are delivered to day traders 10 hours before the market reaches them. They were designed to provide minimum risk when considered for position entry. To demonstrate their performance, we often observe the market reaction on news. And this is an example, Tom, that I want to show today. NQ on CPI, my favorite example. So here, what you see is attaching the trigger point to our chart, 1 minute chart on NQ, and the market moves, waiting for the news.
And Dr. Levy, this was on CPI, so the AI knew to some extent that there might be something happening on that day, because the trading was really complacent up until the news, right?
Yeah. Okay. To your question, the AI always looks for significant price levels, whether news or any other historical event occurred around this price point.
Got it.
So this was a bounce to the tick. We observed this phenomenon quite frequently.
Yeah, that's really interesting, because these levels determined by AI, right? You're looking at all the evidence. Sometimes you'll think, why is it there and not somewhere closer to the market or whatnot? But then it's interesting when they do move to these levels, it's you're not saying it's going to go to one or the other. It could only go to one. But if it gets near that area, look out for some support or resistance there.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what is Confluence Trading? Observation. Trading is a game of statistics. Exactly as the AI model we use for the trigger points is a statistical model. Statistical models have statistical errors. Mm-hmm. So the observation is that trading is a game of statistics. And a legitimate question could be, how can success probability be increased? And this leads me to the next topic, which is incredibly important: confluence trading and high probability setups. Confluence trading is when you combine more than one trading technique or analysis to increase your odds of a winning trade. It's typically when you use multiple trading indicators that all give the same market view as a way to confirm the validity of a potential buy or sell signal. And the idea behind it is pretty simple. In order for a short position to be successful, you need enough people around the world to see what you see, to sell the market, and contribute to the downtrend. Similarly, in order for a long position to be successful, you need enough people to see what you see, to buy the market and contribute to the uptrend. The challenge is that in many cases, humans can't analyze market from many points or views or timeframes, considering so many factors. They are limited. So the trigger point provides highly accurate points of interests, which is very, very important. Support and resistance with high probability for the market to react. But how can we better utilize them? It was very helpful to get another indications to confirm the position entries when the market reaches the area around the trigger point levels. Tom, imagine if you had someone who views the market for you on different time frames and point of views at a time, who waits patiently for the market to get to the trigger points and then generates signals for you while it's analyzing multiple time frames, chart types, and common indicators in real time. To do so, we present the EG confluence indicator. It analyzes multiple timeframes in real time and generates entry signals on your chart according to what he sees when analyzing other common indicators like the RSI. And I want to demonstrate it on gold. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. What you see here is the trigger point levels, and you see a signal generated by the confluence indicator while considering the RSI indicator built in NinjaTrader platforms. So we generated the long signal here, providing the source of the signal, in this case, the RSI.
So Dr. Levy, if I may, the studies that you are looking at, I noticed alligator as being one of the labels on those. Bill Williams alligator study is what I'm assuming that references. Does the user have the choice to pick which indicators they might use as a confluence indicator?
That's a great question. I will answer your great question in a few minutes.
Okay, great.
Most of the indicators are lagging, but when combining them with leading indicators like the trigger point, they may help understand the price action better. And this is the EG confluence indicator. It only considers other indicators, even when they are lagging indicators, when the market reaches the area around the trigger point levels. Mm-hmm. And it is based on, to your question, first the trigger point whose levels are used for position entries. It will not generate any signal on prices that are far away from the trigger points. And it's based on common indicators for entry confirmations. We call them helper indicators or confluence indicators. So to your question, right now we support the RSI, the alligator, and the EG price action. In the future, we will extend this indicator to support more indicators. You can see here that every signal confirmed by a helper indicator is generated while presenting its source. In this example, you see that the short signal was generated when analyzing both the alligator indicator and the EG price action. And here you see the RSI to be the source of the long signal, alligator, and EG price action.
So real quick, Dr. Levy, I just have a question because having done a lot of analysis of technical signals and combining technical signals in trading systems, a lot of times I would put in an indicator or two indicators, and I'd mistakenly ask the charting system to return an indication when both signals were true, which doesn't always happen a lot. An example might be RSI crosses above 30 and stochastics crosses above 20. A lot of times, most times, that doesn't happen on the same bar. So is there kind of a setup and then another signal happening? Like if the RSI signal is an example, if RSI is below 30 or crosses above 30, not necessarily on this bar, but it happened in the last 5 bars. Is that kind of something that goes into this as well?
It can be configurable.
Okay.
Just like in trading, you have your own set of rules. Yeah. And this indicator helps you not to move that much from your set of rules. So if you determine that you only look 3 bars backwards, then this is what you need to configure for this indicator. So in these terms, the indicator helps you stick to your plan.
Awesome. Great.
And the interesting thing is that each helper indicator is forced to process multiple timeframes, considering different chart types. It can be Renko, it can be everything. And there's no need to load all these helper indicators on your chart for the EG Confluence to function. And it doesn't make sense because it can process multiple timeframes. So you can't load this indicator on a certain chart while it processes multiple timeframes.
Sure.
So it's not a requirement for you to load all these indicators built in NinjaTrader for free, the alligator and the RSI or stochastic, for this Confluence indicator to function and to present the signals for you. The Confluence indicator will generate the signals automatically regardless of whether the helper indicators are presented on your chart or not, just based on your preferences, with or without them presented on your chart. And you can enjoy a clean dashboard. That's a big advantage. We see here signals generated by the alligator and RSI and EG price action. And of course, there can be multiple sources for each signal. As we see here, for a short position, the alligator and the price action identified short opportunity on this significant level, meaning it's going to break because right now it's support level. And we support the RSI, alligator, and price action here, the signals. And in the near future, we plan to add volume-based indicators like delta and more. To summarize, it's impossible to predict the price movements. Statistical analysis may help understand points of interest. An example of such a method is anomaly detection. AI technology is considered to be the state of the art in generating statistical models with minimum errors. Confluence trading to increase the success probability. And we, at EG Indicators, the leading company of AI technology for day traders, developed a set of tools for NinjaTrader that may increase your odds. And these are the EG trigger point for position entry, the EG dynamic Fibonacci for profit targets, and it can be also used for entry confirmations, the EG price action, and the Confluence indicators to confirm position entries. It generates signals, sounds, and arrows on your chart. And finally, the trailing stop for position management.
That's great. Appreciate that presentation, Dr. Levy. I think now we'll just we'll bring in Jaime and see how it's looking on a real-time chart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great idea.
You're muted, Jamie.
Sorry, man. Just going through some tech issues this morning.
No worries.
How you doing, Tom?
Doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Hopefully, you guys can see my my screen. I'm just been trying to share it for a few minutes now, but I don't know if I was able to do it or not. Okay, awesome.
So we see a dark background screen. Is that?
You don't see the chart?
I see a chart with a dark background, but I think you also have a white background. Is that correct?
Yeah, no, but can you see you can see, yeah, you can see like the chart, right? I mean, it does have a black background.
Okay, good. That's the one exactly.
Okay, yeah. Okay, got it. Okay, yeah, because I'm looking at different windows here. But yeah, Tom, so just wanted to, I always like to come here and, after Dr. Levy explains, like, always the back end of the technology, right, that she has for us traders. I just like to put it more, in perspective as far as for us traders to look at it in a chart and what does that mean for us, right, and how we can take advantage of that. So she was talking about Confluence and the indicator she has that is running on the back, right? And then if certain parameters are met, then you can see the signals on the chart. I am more of a old school, I like just to have my chart like a naked chart, right? And then just go with more of a price action, support, resistance. But what you guys see here on the chart is obviously these lines that you guys see here. These is still the EG trigger indicator, which is also created by Dr. Levy. So all these lines here are support and resistance lines created by the AI. And like she was saying, we get this delivered the night before, right? So it gives us an advantage to where when we open our trading charts and we plug this in, we already know what these lines are, and they're not lagging or anything. They just stay there for the whole session, right? So just a quick example here. What I have is, let me go back. This is gold, by the way. You can see like all these movements. And like I said, if I just go to today's, right? If I would have put this lines and then we just go back to market open, right? We can see the market is right in between the resistance, the support and resistance, right? And as market open, you can see it went down to the support, right? Support held, and then it just took off, right? And it went all the way almost to that resistance. Right now, it's trying to hit that, and this is what it's at. It's coming back to support, right? So as traders, we talked about this the other time was, we're trying to. I mean, if we knew where the market was going, we'd all be just millionaires, right? But if we have an idea and we can use a little bit of a help, in this case with the EG trigger indicator, it lets me know as a trader. So going back to that same market open here with gold, every time the market is in between the support resistance, I'm not taking any trades. So it holds me, keeps me away from over trading, one. And then two, I'm just not chasing trades either. I'm just waiting for the market to come to me.
So
yeah.
Jaime, I do want to take issue. We might not be millionaires, right? If we know where the market is going, we still have to trade it. I can guarantee you that I wouldn't be a millionaire. But I understand what you're saying, right? Is understanding that before the market opens, you have these guides that could be, guardrails of sorts that you can use to your advantage.
Right. Yeah. So, and like I said, the beauty about this is for, you can use it in multiple time frames, different assets, and you can use this together with what you as a trader, because everybody has a different trading style. So whether you're scalping or whether you're just day trading, or even if you're swing trading, this lines or this indicator helps you. You can use it with whatever trading style that you currently have. So this is nothing that you have to reinvent or you have to relearn, or you can just adapt this to your trading, which also is one of the advantages of the indicator. So personally, what I do is I wait for the market to come to me. So as this bar here gets and hits that support, what I want to see is what the reaction is, right? Because we can see the candle actually closed. I mean, zooming here, we can see the candle close below that line, right, as support. So at this point, it could just retest, right? It could just do a retest right here, and then a continuation to the bottom, right? So at this point, even though it's at my level and I'm getting ready to take a trade, I still want to see what the market is going to do, a little bit of a price action, and see what it's going to do. And we can see that the following candle, right, just went back into it. So it just didn't even retest. It just went back again on top of the support. So at this point, when the candle closed, it became resistance. Following candle went back over and it became back to support. So I'm still not, not taking any trades yet. I want to see what's going to happen. And then, this is our entry right here. This is the confirmation. Okay, it was just the market came to that support. Buyers came in and took the market back, and then we can see it just took off from there.
Jaime, real quick, I just want to go back to earlier in the day. You don't have to move the chart, but earlier in the session overnight, the support and resistance levels, they're not absolute, right? So this is more about a target of sorts. You could see, around 10 o'clock your time last night, started acting as support for quite a while, right? I mean,
Right.
almost 2 hours. Then it broke, and then when it came back, it acted as resistance. It took an hour to get above and finally move, right? And then sometimes it doesn't last that long. This isn't about duration. This isn't about absolutes. This is, the way I look at your EG indicators is if we have a move, where could it go? Where is a target, right? And understanding, okay, when we get to that target, what are you looking for? You're looking for confirmation of either a breakthrough or a support level. In this case, what you showed was support held.
Right. Yeah, so you're absolutely right. A lot of times what you mentioned that, this area right here where it was just bouncing off on and off. We also have to take into consideration what time of the day it is, right? Because we know that market open here in the US, the first 30 minutes is just craziness, right? It's just a lot of volume, right? It's a lot of volatility. So at night on the Asian session and going through the London session, there might be less volatility. So that's where we see this sideways markets, right? But I can show you that was a great. If I go back to the ES, we can see right here this huge sideways market, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right here. Now, because I have the indicator, I can still, of course, we just would love just to see, when the market just makes a dip and it retraces, and then this is where we start taking trades, right? If we know we're in a downtrend. And when we're in a sideways market, we can do one of two things. We can just stay away and just wait for it to break either side, or we have the indicator where we can still take trades because it's just bouncing off of those support and resistance. So even if it's a sideways market, I can still take advantage of it with the indicator.
That's range bound trading, right? And you would get close to the top, you'd short, you'd go to the bottom, you'd go long. If you think it's going to continue range bound, that it'll stay range bound until it doesn't. Like right now, we might be breaking down. Jaime, I'm really sorry, we're right out of time. I know we could go much longer. And your insight as a trader, complements Dr. Levy's work research really well. So we'll just have to pick this up next week.
Of course.
We kind of put it all together and talk about what else you offer. But I want to thank you both for being here and joining us for this half hour.
Thanks, Tom. I appreciate it. Always a pleasure to be here.